Um, sorry about that, guys. Uh, so it is Fright Night with Ferocious. We are going to be reviewing the latest Hell House LLC movie, Lineage. I messed up on the name, but I did correct it before the podcast. Um, oh, Fuzzy, by the way, guess what? Guess what Morris found?
What?
He found my little bracelet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got it from him. He wanted to play with it. All right. So, we were not here last week. Unfortunately, something happened. A couple things happened at my school that, yeah, you probably saw it in the news, and everything. So, not very good. So, I kind of just took that Friday off, and that's why we didn't do a podcast. So yeah. Um, so besides that, what have you guys been doing for the past couple weeks?
I
You want
guess
to
I
go
can
first?
start, or unless no, Preston, you can go if you like.
Okay. Well, 2 weeks ago we adopted a puppy, so she's been keeping me very busy. I apologize if you hear her crying in the back room. I'm on the third floor, she's on the first, and she's not happy she's in her cage right now. So that's basically where all my time's been going. I have been watching I did watch the It Welcome to Deary television show. That's pretty good on HBO Max.
Mhm.
I believe there's 7 episodes out, and I binge watched 60 Days In on Netflix. If no one knows what that is, it's like they take normal people and they put them in jail to kind of go undercover and tell the inmates or tell the sheriff and COs basically all the stuff that's happening to try to make the jail a better place. At any time, they could tap out, but only like the main sheriff knows that they're undercover. So even the other police officers do not know. It's a pretty good show. I don't know how much they get paid to do it. They all have their different reasonings for why they do it. There's a couple seasons. I can never do it because like you're basically ratting on people and then you go out in public and like I don't know, I'd be afraid there'd be a hit on me or something. But yeah, besides that, I have not been playing any video games. Um Sorry, silent no Balatro over here. And yeah, we got some snow the other day, which was nice. I think we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow. So Pennsylvania's getting some snow now. Nothing
Yeah.
crazy yet, but just enough to make people drive insane like they never drove in snow before.
Well, we got hail when you guys got snow.
Oh, that's worse.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Fuzzy will tell you about that experience in a minute.
yeah, that's oh, I also tried side note, Burger King has a SpongeBob meal out now. Um, it comes in like a little bikini bottom meal. The burger is yellow, like a Krabby Patty. It comes
Mhm.
with like Mr. Krabs cheesy bacon bites, some kind of like strawberry pie, and then like I think it's a Fanta pineapple slushy.
Hmm.
Not too bad. Then I also went to McDonald's and I got the Grinch meal. So the Grinch meal comes in, it's an adult Happy Meal, I guess, basically. And it comes in like a nice Grinch big Happy Meal box. I guess there's 3 different pairs of Grinch socks you can get. You don't know
Mhm.
because they're in a bag. And then the big thing is Grinch salt that you're supposed to put on your fries. Some people swear you dump it in a Coke and it's amazing. It's
Mm,
basically it's dill pickle. If you take dill seasoning and if
mm,
you took like ranch seasoning and mix it together, that's what
Mhm.
it is. So they come with you order fries. It comes with a little bag. You dump the fries in, dump salt in, shake it around, and you got your Grinch French fries. They're actually not bad. I would definitely get it again, but I guess people have been like losing their mind over these meals, and like I guess the Grinch meal is supposed to go to the end of the year, but because people like want all the socks and stuff, they're
mhm.
selling out already. And trying to buy Grinch salt and like like it's some drug stuff or something. Like if you look online and you type in like, there's people trying to sell like the Grinch salt for like $5 and stuff, and it's
So
it's
is this like
insane.
the Saskatchewan sauce that they had a while ago?
Yeah, it's
The
like
whole Rick and Morty thing?
yeah. I mean, it's good marketing for them,
Yeah.
especially around Christmas. They still got
I
their
don't
normal Happy Meals and stuff.
I don't know. I think they got some free marketing from you just now.
Well, good. Burger King, McDonald's, hook me up with some more Happy Meals or value meals or whatever you call them, because they were. I'm not a big fast food fan, but I'd get them again.
Mm,
So yeah, that's basically been my 2 weeks, I guess.
Mhm.
mm, mm. Yeah,
Awesome.
Burger King and McDonald's must be struggling a little bit if they're coming out with SpongeBob and Grinch meals.
Well, I think there's a new SpongeBob movie coming out, so I guess that kind of makes sense. And then,
Mm,
uh, like Wendy's, when Wednesday came out, they did a Wednesday meal. That was
mhm,
probably the worst one I ever had. They had like these dipping sauces for like your chicken
mhm.
nuggets and stuff that
Mhm.
were they tasted like ass. All three of them were horrible. And then they had like a bloody milkshake, which was
Mhm.
just like a cup of cherry syrup with like vanilla ice cream. So
Mm.
like you drank it and you felt like your teeth were gonna fall out. So so that one was
Mm.
horrible. Like
No, but, no,
Wendy's, get your shit together because that one was bad.
no, but see, the thing is that they used to just slap, some cartoons or some labeling on a Happy Meal,
Mhm.
and it was still a Happy Meal. It was just, oh, let's throw the toy in the box with all of the new artwork on it, and that's how it was. Now they got to get apparently inventive and start coloring the burgers yellow and whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
it works. It gets people interested and
yeah,
gets people there. I normally don't eat fast food, but a couple
yeah,
guys at work wanted to try it, and I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Like,
yeah. But that's what I mean. They have to work a little bit harder to make it more fun instead of what they used to do.
but if it's bringing people in that normally don't eat it,
Yeah,
or kids want all the stuff, and the socks, they're cute, but they're like nothing amazing. Like they almost
yeah.
look like dollar store socks. Like I'll probably never wear them, or I'll wear them and there'll probably be a hole in them after the first time. Like,
That's why you should sell them. Just sell them.
yeah, I shouldn't have opened them, and I should have sold the bag or whatever. People are crazy though. Like people will find the barcodes on the sock
Hmm.
bags and like
Mhm.
Hmm.
figure out what numbers are which socks, so like
Hmm.
they can tell if they got
Yep.
the socks or not without opening them up. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like that's
Yep.
intense.
Yep. I'll believe it.
So
Yep.
yeah, if you guys want to try something new, do the Grinch Happy Meal from McDonald's or the SpongeBob meal from Burger King, and
Mm,
let us know which one you like better.
mm,
Might have to give that a try.
I would recommend the Grinch one.
mm,
Okay.
The SpongeBob one with the strawberry, whatever pie that was in the drink, it was
mhm.
super sweet, super
Yeah.
sweet. So, and
Basically,
then
instant diabetes.
Yeah.
yeah, and then the cheesy bacon bites or whatever they are,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they were decent. Like nothing to brag about. And then yeah, I guess it's just a Whopper just with the yellow Krabby Patty shaped bun. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I was crazy enough to try their that whatever that plant meat was that they had before.
oh, the
The one that
Impossible.
was the Impossible Burger, and I'm not going to give the details on why that's such a weird coloring when it when you pass it, but yeah, that was definitely a bit strange and scary at the same time because I hadn't read anything online about what happens after you eat the Impossible Burger. But
Mm.
yeah, it
Well,
kind
Well,
of scared me for a
I
bit. I'm
well,
like,
Fuzzy doesn't need no diabetes, anything,
no,
and
no, I don't.
and yeah, I like Burger King is like the absolute last resort. Like I'd rather like go to a like one of those like Turkey Hill or one of the other
You talking about like
like
Wawa or Sheets?
no, it's even below that. Like
Wow.
7-Eleven.
it's like gas station. Like I'm at a gas station checking the dates on the cut on the
Sushi.
tasty cakes to see if that's edible before I go to a Burger King.
So you
Like
would eat one of those hot dogs that been there since it opened before you go to
oh no,
Burger
I
King?
won't touch the hot dogs, but I might try and test the nacho cheese to have the nacho.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
the nacho
horrible.
cheese with the green fur. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
the only thing I'll eat at Burger King is like their onion rings. That's about it.
I don't know. I think maybe Taco Bell's below. Taco Bell, the meat that's really not meat that they just kind of add water, like hot water, and mix it, and
Mm-hmm.
Don't
it's like
say that because I remember as a child I worked there for less than 2 weeks because they told me to add water to
To the
the
refried beans.
refried beans, and I was like, because I used to like fast food a lot as a kid. I mean, I guess most kids do, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But once I found that out, I was like, I don't want to know how this stuff is made ever again. I can't do it. I can't. I won't eat. I'll be a vegetarian. And it's nothing against vegetarians. Not my can of tuna or whatever you want to call it, kind of thing. But yeah, that subpar meat or whatever. Like
Mhm.
I think we even had Taco Bell and KFC in Egypt, and there were
Mhm.
some running jokes on what that stuff was as well, because it's like, oh, they're not supposed to have this type of meat here or something. And I'm like,
Mhm.
it's like people were joking. Oh, you notice that some of the wildlife isn't as plentiful as it was. I was like, whoa, okay, yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you ask me, I think Taco Bell's lower on like yeah.
Taco Bell is her favorite. Shh.
It's not
Well,
my favorite.
her choice of food goes with her choice of movie, so I guess I'm not surprised.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
So yeah. Anyways, what have you been up to, Fuzz?
A bunch of video games and watching video game awards and stuff. Mainly
Oh.
Diablo, because it is kind of, I wouldn't say it's a horror video game, but it does have some horror themes to it. And they just updated some stuff where it's like, the light versus dark, good versus evil again. And they finally added paladins. So if you're all about that sword and shield kind of fighting and stuff, yeah, it might be worthwhile diving back into Diablo 4. Outside of
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, Fuzzy asked me to play one time and that was it.
well, it's because you rather look at your phone than play. So I'm like,
What
I'll
are you
just leave
talking
you to
about?
it.
You weren't even downstairs half the time when I was playing. I wasn't on my phone.
So I had to be downstairs. Well, I didn't have.
I
Actually, it
wasn't
would have been
on my
better if I was
phone.
upstairs, because then I could see what's going on my screen. But I was trying to play
I wasn't on
couch
my
co-op.
phone.
I've been basing it off of her screen. So if I'm off the screen, then I get stuck behind a tree, and then all the gremlins come after me.
He doesn't want to play with me. He wants to play with his other friends.
No,
That's
I'm
okay.
happy to play with you. It's just I need to sometimes see my screen, and I don't feel like setting up a second TV in the living room just yet. But
well, we got enough of them.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see, while watching the game shows, the game awards, did you see the new Street Fighter trailer or teaser they did?
Yeah, and it's like they picked some of the best possible actors and actresses for those characters. Like it's almost like it's too good to be kind of thing. So even if it's terrible, it's going to be one of those that it'll probably be so terrible it's good. But I think this one will actually wind up being good in a funny way, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be better than all the other ones. Just with, like you said, the people they cast and unless they just showed all the fight scenes in that little teaser, it probably looks like a John Wick movie, like a non-stop. I think the one where I was like, oh shit, was like the very last scene where they like flipped the one guy and the other guy kicked him against the wall, and it was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. So
Yeah.
and I know they got like a mixture of everyone. They got like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns from WWE. Then they got like an MMA guy. Then they got some singer. Like they kind of got people from all over to be in this movie, and I think it's going to be good. If not, it's going to be one of those flops where it's like we spent so much money on the cast and production, and
Yeah.
it shit the bed.
No, I think given some of the cast that they have, I don't think it can be that bad, or it'll just be so bad that it's funny and it'll be like a cult classic kind of thing, like the way the original Super Mario Brothers movie was. But yeah, I'm expecting some good things as far as from that. The critics will probably give it bad reviews, but if you've ever played Street Fighter in the arcade or on a console at home, I have a feeling that's going to be the audience that'll enjoy it. So yeah, it'll probably do well, at least in its first weekend. And I'm pretty sure people have fun with
it. Street Fighter didn't do well. The original one.
Well, yeah. Well, the original one I think was a little more corny. I mean, this looks like it'll probably have some corny moments too as well.
They paid one, I can't remember which actor it was, but they paid one actor a very large sum, barely paid anybody else.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
He was probably the one they paid all the money to.
Yeah. And they didn't pay hardly anything to the other members of the cast, even though they had some other good actors in there. Yeah.
The one guy that played Bison, I think I read one time he had cancer when he accepted the role, and he took the role because his kids loved the series and wanted his kids to like see him in something they enjoyed.
Yeah.
No, I have a gut feeling it'll be a fun time to see it in the theaters, or if it comes straight to streaming, I think shortly after. I have a feeling there'll definitely be an audience for it, even if the critics, bomb it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
you're talking about Raul Julia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
No, but
yeah, he actually I just want to double check this, but I believe he actually died that same year. Yeah, he died October 24th, 1994.
Yeah, I believe he knew he had the cancer while he was filming it.
Yeah.
If I read that correctly.
Well, he was the second Gomez Adams. He played in the Addams Family and the Addams Family Values. Yeah.
I always recognized him by his eyes. He had like those bug eyes that kind of always stood out to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, he actually had one of his eyeballs come out when they were filming something. And
well, they didn't put it back in all the way then.
Yeah, he had his eye out for a while, and he still wanted to, like,
Yeah, just keep filming.
Yeah, he did.
Put this in the cutscenes.
He wanted to still keep filming, and they were like, "No, you gotta put that back in your head."
No, but amongst the video game playing for the past couple of weeks, did get a chance to play some Diablo 4 with the wife. Had a lot of fun. Now it's a new season, so we'll probably either just continue and leveling up her character in the Eternal, or have her start a new character, since there'll be some new abilities and things like that. But man, outside of gaming, we, I guess, had to do the musical chairs with the cars because her car had to go in for service, and then taking her into work is when we got all that hail, sleet and stuff, and the hail. And yeah, I'm not a fan of driving on ice rinks, so yeah, we wound up turning around because it was It would probably have been fine by the
Well,
time we got into Delaware. But getting to Delaware, none of the roads were assaulted or treated prior. And yeah, anytime like the electronic nannies on your car start fighting you every time you either go to slow down, make a turn, or go over the crest of a hill, yeah, you should probably stop where you're headed and just head back home, especially if you're only about maybe 15 to 20 minutes away from where you started, kind of thing. But
yeah, when we were coming back after we turned around and we were coming back, that's when we started seeing them salt the roads.
yeah, but they only knew that the storm was coming like for a week now, so yeah,
Yeah.
no worries. Not like they used to, where they would treat it
Yeah.
the night before, kind of thing. But yeah,
And
it is
we
what it
haven't gotten anything since.
yeah. We'll see how this winter is. Typically, in our history, has been if I have a 4x4 or SUV or a truck or something, that's when we get almost no snow. And then when I don't have one anymore, that's when we get all the snow. So we'll see how it is after the first of the year,
Yeah, I
since we
don't
both have just cars, kind of thing.
yeah, I don't
Uh,
know. We were supposed to get snow this past Wednesday and we didn't even have any rain or anything.
there was a little bit of flurries early in the morning. It didn't stick. It was like a light coating or something type of
We
thing.
got we got like 2 inches here.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like maybe a dusting on the railing on the deck and then on the cars, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I think there was more frost on the grass than there was on the driveway or streets and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully we don't get any blizzards or heavy snow this season. But knowing our
Right.
luck, we'll probably get the big snowstorms at the end of February, beginning of April or March or something. Because
Mm.
that's usually how it seems to go. It's like, oh, you don't get no more white Christmas. You'll get buried sometime the end of February when you're like after the groundhog is like, oh yeah, summer's coming or spring's coming right around the corner. Oh, here's a snowstorm for you with, a foot and a half of snow or something type of deal. But other than that, um, watched what is that series called? Um, I forget the name of it now, but it's basically like a time travel series that was pretty cool. I'm just kind of binge watching or catching up on binge watching, some sci-fi stuff because I'm kind of in that sci-fi mood too as well. But other than that,
Yeah, what was
just been
that
having
called?
fun. So, V, what have you been up to these past couple of weeks?
So yeah, we lost another teacher at my school.
And when you say lost, make sure you specify or clarify that they're not
But
like
dead.
beyond. They're just not coming
Fired.
No,
back
no,
to
they didn't go
work.
missing. They're not coming back to the school. And yeah, it was one of the teachers that all the kids really liked and stuff like that. And yeah, they're not coming back. So I mean, people can just read about it in Delaware news. It was all over the place. And it was picked up by, the national news and everything. So, yeah, we were the high school where there was a kid that brought in a gun and then two of in order for him to get away, two other students jumped the cop. We have a resource officer, which is basically just a regular police officer that isn't permanently in the school. And the basically the week that before he was supposed to go on vacation, he was having another officer shadow him so that the kids could get familiar with the other officer while he was gone for a few weeks. And yeah, this is what this other cop was experiencing about our school, is that, oh well, they do drug related stuff in the school, and you know they protect themselves by having a gun, and they scatter whenever they see the officer. And then you have to experience as an officer being jumped so the other two kids can get away. That was pretty much it. And the problem is that out of the 4 students that were involved, I taught 3 of them. So, you know, it is what it is. And we're not the only high school that's experienced this. I understand, but because of um, everything that goes on and previous traumas and stuff like that, unfortunately, we lost a teacher in the deal and everything. Yeah, I'm pretty well liked by most of the students and everything. Even if I have a problem with some of the kids, um, with certain kids or whatever, they generally know not to do something like that to me. So I really don't have any, direct fears of me being harmed or whatever. But, it is kind of scary being in a situation where, there's a gun in school. So, but yeah. And they picked up the other kid later on, and stuff like that. So yeah, this is high school now. It's like its own little horror story. Um, or crime drama or whatever. So yeah, that was pretty much my experience for the past 2 weeks. Yeah. What fun we have. Right? And then 2 days ago we had a horrible field trip. Um happened. I wasn't on that one. So I didn't do it. Right, Fuzzy? I didn't do that one.
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Yep. I was in it and I wasn't in it. And the kids were running to me and saying, "Oh, do you know what happened?" I'm like, "Hey, tell Miss Katuyi. Just tell the principal. Please tell the principal. Please tell the principal. Don't tell me. Tell the principal. I can't help you." But I do now know that if we do go up to New York City from Delaware, that if we decide to take a regular school bus, um, instead of taking a coach bus that of course has a bathroom in it, if we're taking a regular school bus to, lower the cost of the trip, we now know that you have to stop in between Delaware and your destination going up, and New York and Delaware when we come back. I do now know that that would be an awesome idea and save us a lot of problems. So you learn things from everywhere, right? So yeah, I've had a pretty tough couple weeks. Besides having to hear Fuzzy constantly say, trying to drive me to work in the hail, "We gotta go back. I don't want to do this. We gotta go back." So yeah. But if anybody wants to read about it in the news or whatever, it was Glasgow High School. That's where I work. It's in Delaware, Newark. If you want to read all about it. So, um, what do you mean? What do you mean? Where was me when I was in high school? Yeah.
You were probably, I don't know how old this person is, but I'm sure, Fee, you were well seasoned in your teaching career by the time this person was in high school.
Oh well. Yeah. True. True. Very true.
Not calling you
Right.
old, just
Yeah.
saying. So, anyways, yes,
Anyways,
about the movie we're going to discuss, Hell
yes.
House.
So here's my first question. Because Hell House LLC, we did a review of the very first one,
Yes.
and then we've had several afterwards that we did not do reviews. But I know Presto probably watched them all. Um, Presto, this is a question for you because me and Fuzzy did not watch, um, all of them. Do you have to watch all of them to get this last one?
So, it definitely will help make sense a lot more. There's 5 of them out there. And in this last one, they were talking about Carmichael Manor. And I believe that was the third or the fourth one, they introduced that place. So if you don't watch that one, when they mention the Carmichael Manor or they show it in this one, you don't really know what it's about. If you still want to see um creepy film, watch this one. But if you watch all five, they do make sense. They do this one. The director said was the last one in the series or in the franchise, so there's going to be no more, at least from him. And the fans have been very torn about it. Some of them are happy with how it ended. Some of them are confused how it ended. Some of them wanted a different ending.
Mhm.
Um, so I think he kind of leaves it open to interpretation of how you want to take it. Also, most of the other ones are kind of like, I don't want to say found footage film, but if you saw the first one, you know how I'm talking about because we reviewed it, like how it's filmed, like someone's filming it, kind of like a Blair Witch Project, where this one, the last one, is not filmed like that at all. It's filmed like you're watching a movie, I guess, to explain it better. So it has a whole different aspect and like atmosphere to it, which I think some of the fans, the hardcore fans, are used to seeing it how it was filmed in the first four, and then when he switched it, they didn't like it automatically. So to answer the question, yes, it definitely helps to watch all five of them in order to get a better sense of everything. Now, this one, they weren't really at the Abaddon Hotel, which the first couple are based on. So, like, but they still have stuff and still say stuff that ties it all together.
Mhm.
So, I would suggest watching it all. I know they're on Shutter. I don't know where else they're on that you can watch them, but I think they're a good. It's a good franchise. It's a low budget franchise. Like the director, the first four didn't even make the movie theater or whatever. This one had a limited release in the movie theaters. So to see it succeed, I really enjoyed. I mentioned when we did the first episode of the original Hell House that I live about a half an hour from where they filmed Hell House, and it's a haunted attraction in the Halloween season. Even during the off season, they try to get some things going on there with they'll show Hell House with some of the cast there. I mentioned in May they're having like a Jason thing there where CJ Graham, who played Jason, is going to show up there. So it's a really cool thing that they do kind of all year round, I guess. And right next door is a place called Country Junction. It's the world's largest general store in Pennsylvania. That's their claim to fame. Uh, it's a store that has anything and everything you need. They have livestock there. They have fudge. They have garden and stuff. They have furniture. They have pets. Like, and as you walk through the store, there's like a yellow brick road you follow where they have a bunch of animatronics, and you can make a day trip out of it, I guess.
Okay. So, I will say this: if you want to see the first three Hell House LLC movies, um, of course, Amazon, AMC Plus, and looks like Apple TV. Um, sorry, the first three, but but it's also on Plex. It's on Roku Channel, Fossum, Found, Memento, and some other one that I don't know. It just has a might be YouTube or whatever. But those are the first three. You can find them on those. But the fifth one's definitely on Amazon.
You'll
But
have
in
to pay
order,
to rent it though.
yeah, you don't have to pay to rent the last one. I don't believe. Yeah, it's on AMC, which is on Amazon. So you would have to have that channel in order to do it. And the same with the fourth one, the Origins, the Carmichael. That one right there is AMC, but you have to have AMC Plus to watch it, and then you can rent directly from Amazon the movie as well.
I
But
feel I feel that if you watch at least the first three, you'll get a pretty good sense of
mhm,
what the franchise is about, and then from there you can decide if you want to pay the money to rent the
yeah.
other ones or not.
I
Now
mean, the
the
first one was good.
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed them all. The fourth one, the Carmichael Manor, that
Mhm,
one actually is a really good one. So I think number three, I think three is my least favorite in the franchise, but the fourth one is really solid also. So yeah, if you want to watch certain ones, all of them have the clowns in them, like the clowns, the creepy ass clowns. So if you like clowns, don't like clowns, want to see clowns, Hell House is where it's at. Now they're not like it or anything where it's like clown overload. They use them sparingly, but they're creepy. I would say they're creepy to me at least.
yeah. All right, so let's go over some numbers here for this one. The budget was 175,000. I didn't really see any, big names or anything in this. Um, Opening weekend, they almost made all their money back, which was about 153,000, and then they grossed U.S. and Canada 310,000, and then they grossed worldwide 739,000.
I would
I
say that's a
mean,
huge success for
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So,
I call him an independent director, like
mhm,
a independent director to just get your movie in the movie theater is pretty impressive. It may took them
mhm,
5 movies, but to get it in the movie and to have enough of a following that people around the world or the US at least go to
mhm,
see it and know what it's about, and it's not just like a East Coast thing or PA thing because it was filmed in PA the first couple, and then I think the one was filmed in New York or something. So I think it's awesome. I think the director did a great job, um, and good for him.
well, the Hell House LLC Origins, I don't see any, budgetary stuff or anything, but they grossed worldwide on that one on a limited release of $20,762.
The
Mm.
original one,
I believe the original one
that
went straight to
was
video, right? Went straight to streaming.
yeah, all of them. I'm pretty sure went minus
The
the fifth one.
Well, the fourth one actually had a limited release. They somewhere they did it a test run, I guess, and they brought in almost $21,000.
Hmm.
So,
Good.
I mean, I can see if let me see here. What's wrong with that one? No.
So yeah,
App.
even to do, I don't know how much it was released or whatever,
Well,
but
let's see. So it was released actually in the United Arab Emirates. So it was released November 7th from 2024 to November 10th, 2024, and November 21st to November 24th. And the first week, it brought in $11,393.
Not bad.
No.
For that limited of a run, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, it was 20,762 for both weeks. So,
I would say, yeah, I would say I'd be happy with those numbers.
yeah. And it was across 21 theaters.
And they were, I don't want to quote it, but I'm imagining they'd probably be mostly East Coast ones. I know when the movie came out, the last one, the fifth one, different cast members and the director would like
Mhm.
go to the movie theaters and,
Yeah.
smart marketing to get you to the movies. Like, oh shit, I
Mhm.
can meet the director and stuff. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I believe the director was also at Chiller one year, like 2 years ago,
Mhm.
which is a convention in New Jersey for people who don't know. So yeah, I think the director did one other movie besides this franchise. So this is kind of his baby that put him on the map, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
It's
So so
I
what
think all
are
the other one, or the other one was 825 Forest Road or something. That's the
yeah,
only one, other than some of the shorts that he did earlier on.
yeah. Let me get this on here. So wrong thing. I hate when they do that. Um, but yeah, what are our first impressions of this?
So I was super pumped when the fifth one was announced. A little upset knowing it was the last one, but I guess all good things come to an end. So you rather go out on top than get sick of something. So I was super excited. I did not get to see it in the movie theaters. I don't remember why, so I had to wait till it was on streaming, and I think I saw it on Shutter then.
Mm-hmm.
And I was excited. It's not my favorite in the franchise, but I still enjoyed it. The ending left me wanting more. I'm not sure how I would have ended the franchise, but how it ended, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. So it's hard. But I don't regret watching it by any means. Like I'm not like, oh, that sucked. So I liked it.
What
Yeah,
about you, Fuzzy?
yeah. As far as my first impressions, like not seeing 2 through 4, just seeing the first and then the last one in the series. I kind of feel, with the exception of the very end, and I don't want to get into any spoiler stuff, um, it feels like you can watch them separately without having or being completely lost in it. But like the key thing is, I'm glad they had the continuation of the creepy clowns and some of the original, or the surviving person from the original, in it and stuff like that. So overall, I would say I didn't go in with high expectations, although I did give it a pretty good review for Origins. I don't think this quite reached the level. Maybe it's some of the newness and the found footage stuff of the original, but I definitely enjoyed this, and was looking forward to seeing how they kind of wrap this up. And I still need to go see 2, 3, and 4. And this definitely adds to that desire to do so. But I wasn't trying to keep it at the same expectation level or bar as the first one, because sequels typically don't do quite as well as the lightning in the bottle in the first one. But pleasantly surprised, and glad, with the exception of one question I have at the very end. Pretty much grasped the entire concept, and you just need to fill in any blanks or gaps with 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Fee?
So I mean, there. So I think watching the other ones would help understand the ending. Um, I think it would, but then we talked to Presto before this, and he's like, Yeah, kind of not really. The very last few minutes is like you know it's new information. But the thing about it is that if this is the last one, I can see why some people are kind of unhappy or confused, because it seems more like a cliffhanger than it does an actual ending. And I know we've had those endings where it's like they give you a final piece of information and it doesn't really answer all your questions, but at the same time you don't want your questions to be answered. I don't really think in this case that met that kind of feeling. So I can see why people might be a little upset about the ending, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, sometimes we have those movies, it's like we don't care that we just got a piece of information that might be like confusing us or whatever because we kind of really don't want to know. It's like it's not going to, it might actually make us not like the whole entire series or the whole movie if we care about that, you know what I'm saying, or if we get our answers to our questions. Yeah, this just didn't meet that. And it's not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie because there were some nice scenes in there in reference to, oh, this is spooky, this is creepy. What I kind of did like is that we didn't see a lot of blood. There a lot of the kills were off camera, but we did hear the noises of it.
Yeah.
I'd
Sometimes that.
say I'd say that's kind of how it is through the franchise.
Yeah.
It's not a super gory franchise by any means. There is some gore in each movie, but like it's nothing like you see today in some movies where it's not they rely on the gore.
Yeah. So I mean this is something that, if you want to watch it with your teenager or whatever, there wasn't like, a whole, I don't really think there was much in the two movies that I saw where it was a lot of sexual stuff or anything. I don't remember there being anything in the first one, was there?
I
Uh,
think they were in the bedroom. No, I don't think there was anything bad. Like
Yeah.
yeah. They were
so
just in the same room or something,
Yeah.
and that was
So this,
about it.
yeah, so this is
so
kind of like a creepy series that you can watch and introduce horror to, your appropriately aged child. I'll throw that out there.
Hmm.
And everybody can decipher what that means. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a plus about this series is that you can do that without having to worry about, did I traumatize my child?
I mean, unless they don't like clowns.
Look, I don't like clowns and I still wasn't that terrified of this movie, you know what I'm saying? I've seen some movies that had clowns and it's like, no, we can turn this off now.
They actually if people have seen this movie and they like the clowns, they actually have a website where they sell the clown masks that you can buy them.
Mm.
Um, they're a little pricey. I think they're like $200, $300 per mask.
Mm.
I think the main clown, they have like a cheaper version for like $100. But yeah, I mean, and I think on the website they even have like a link to show you where to get the jumpsuit off of Amazon
Mhm.
that they wear.
Mhm.
So if you want to be a Hell House clown for Halloween ever or cosplay or
Yeah.
whatever, you're hooked up. The website's hellhouseclown.com and they got the mask on there for you.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that would be pretty cool, but I can just imagine knowing how some people react that are terrified of clowns. Might not be the best costume to wear, other than maybe on Halloween. But even then, I could see some people overreacting and somebody getting hurt, kind of thing. But yeah, no, that the jump scare aspect of the clown, although they didn't really do it as a jump scare, it's just more so you see it and then you turn around, you hear some noise, and then it's not where it was, or it's slightly moved, or something is different. And yeah, I thought all that was pretty cool. So that is I don't suggest anybody try and prank people with these costumes if they do decide to pick it up,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
One thing that I appreciate is with this whole franchise is like watching it grow from I didn't see the first one when it first came out right away. I think I picked it up in like second or third one. Then I started watching them as they were coming out and following them. But like just seeing the people interested and it growing that like we talked about this one was in the movie theater, the fifth one, and then even like clothing like horror clothing companies reaching out and licensing official Hell House merch. Terror Threads, who make a lot of horror theme merch, they did some Hell House stuff. Um, I'm not sure if like Fright Rags did at one point, but there's a couple t-shirt companies or horror companies that did some Hell House merch, which it's pretty cool in my eyes.
Yeah.
And even if you follow like horror pages on Facebook, Bloody Disgusting, they would make a couple posts about this series and movie and stuff. And I don't know, I guess to me that's like, okay, that's kind of a big hitter out there. So if you're getting their attention, like you're doing something right.
Yeah.
We got a quick question right here. Do you guys do deep discussion on non-horror movies? I tried that once. They didn't like the movie I picked.
Mm.
Hmm.
No comments?
I'm not a what movie was it?
Clockwork Orange.
Oh, well, that one kind of is. That one was unique. It was there was parts that were a bit of a hard watch and stuff. So I'm not opposed to like non-horror movies. It's just yeah, the sky's the limit then. Like anything's on the table.
Yeah.
I
That
want to
is
be opposed
true.
to every once in a while doing something random like I don't know, one that we normally wouldn't review.
Yeah, we could probably give that a try at different times and stuff.
Maybe we can actually pick a holiday movie. One that's
The
Oh,
not
like
horror.
what do you call it? Die Hard.
Yeah, we can pick Die Hard.
One of the best Christmas movies ever that I love is called Office Christmas Party.
Hmm.
If you did not see that,
Is that the one with Bates in it?
yes.
Okay.
That one actually has a really good cast. It has Jason Bateman, Olivia Munn, Jennifer Aniston, Jillian Bell, like has a bunch of good people, but that movie
So
I watch it every year and I laugh my ass off.
So have you seen the Harold and Kumar Christmas?
No. I
You didn't see
stopped
the Harold?
after they went to jail or whatever.
Oh, you didn't watch?
The Guantanamo one.
Yeah.
Once
It
White
was
Castle moved in
interesting.
by me,
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll actually do Oh, wait a minute. Here's the debate. We gotta do Die Hard now. We're gonna have to
Even
do
though
Die
it's
Hard.
filmed in California, you don't see the snow. It's filmed during the holidays, and because there's some Santa Claus references between the hat that he was wearing, or not hat that Bruce Willis was wearing, but he put it on one of the guys that he killed, and he's like, it was like ho ho ho. Now I have a, uh, uh, a shotgun or a machine gun or something like that. Yeah, it's a holiday movie because of the timing of it. It may not be what you would consider a holiday movie normally because there isn't like the family gathering, but it was a office party that he just happened to get invited to by her boss or his, I guess separated wife. They hadn't been divorced at that point, but yeah, it was a Christmas party. There was some Christmas music. I know some people may not consider Run
There's some other
DMC a
stuff.
Christmas song, but
There's
a lot of people do. So
there's some other stuff besides the Christmas references and stuff. I think we should do Die Hard. I think we should do a review of Die Hard. Yes, Home Alone and Home Alone 2. They've had like I think 5 of these. They are all Christmas. They're all Christmas movies. Yeah.
Home Alone.
Home Alone, yeah, is a Christmas movie. They've already established that.
It was during Christmas when they were supposed to go on a trip somewhere,
Mhm.
and then he gets the first one he got left at home, and then the other one, I guess he got left in the hotel.
Number 3 too. I didn't know if that one was a Christmas. Well, I guess we don't talk about 3.
Okay, so Home Alone, the Home Alone franchise has, let's see.
2. Just stop at 2.
Nope. It's got more than 5. So Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Then there's Home Alone 3, Home Alone 4, Home Alone The Holiday Heist, and then Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah, but
I have not seen all of them.
I've only seen the first. That's good enough for me.
After the first 3, the directors changed after that, or the producers changed after that.
Wait, was Macaulay Culkin in the third one?
No.
Okay, then that's yeah.
Now they do
at that point.
So in Home Alone 4, they bring back Kevin McAllister, who was Macaulay Culkin's original character and stuff. Mike Weinberg was the one that did that one. He was in a few Disney movies and stuff like that. But he was in the 4th one. After that, they had different. Home Alone 3, Alex Pruitt was the actual protagonist. He's the one that did Max Keeble's Big Move. So he was in some family stuff too. And then they had Finn Baxter and Alexis Baxter. Those were the protagonists. And the girl was also in like Kingdom, Hospital, Carrie. She was the young girl in Carrie in 2002, the remake. She did The Mermaid.
You could stop after the second. No one cares after the second one. Like you turn on TV, all it shows the first and second. You're wasting your breath.
I'm just letting you know, she was one of the girls that was in Cabin in the Woods. Good Luck, Chuck.
So you bring up her shitty work.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm just letting you know, there were 6 of them. And they are thinking about making another.
Stop.
Yes, they are.
Anyways, back to Hell House with your gibberish.
Whatever. But I think we should do Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard was pretty good.
I think we should do Die Hard.
No, but with Hell House, I think for me the big thing I like is just how they did some of the camera work as far as like whether it's the clown behind them or after they turn around and that creaking noise, and it's like, do I really want to turn around? Like I always think of like how I would respond if I was in a quote unquote horror movie kind of deal. It's like the minute I turn around, like if there was some sort of weird stuffed animal or a clown or something that maybe it's a costume, maybe it's a dummy or something like that, and then I hear movement, I don't think I'm gonna waste the time to turn around. I think I'm just gonna run straight to my car or out of the building kind of thing. And I always just get a kick out of seeing them do that slow turn. It's like, like his arm moved, or now he's standing right behind you, and then he grabs your head and breaks your neck. Thing. So it's like you're probably just better off not seeing what's going to happen and just get out of there as fast as possible, kind of thing.
I mean, this scene in the beginning when the guy is at the the carnival stand or whatever you want to call it, and the
Mm-hmm.
clown is in there. That was that was pretty creepy, man. That
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because the lights were flicker and the clown slowly moves each time, and the door closes there. My God, like that guy fucked.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have took the money. Don't take the money, man.
Mm-hmm. It's like
Which
don't
I'm
even go
reading
in
that was
there.
one of the few goofs that they had because of it was supposed to be in the 80s or 90s, and they had a new style 20 on top. But
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't pick up on it right away. I just saw, oh, he's grabbing the money, and the clown didn't like it. Just clown didn't like it, so you should put his tip or his money back on the counter, and maybe he would have let you go. But no, no.
No, I don't think he was letting anybody go at that point.
well, I would have did what Fuzz said and be like, "Here, take the money back. I'm sorry." Like, just
Like,
try
my
to make
bad.
He
peace.
wouldn't have saved you.
Well, it's better to try, I guess. You don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah, that was a pretty good spooky. I don't know. Even when they would show the clown in daylight,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
it was still creepy to me.
Yeah.
It's a simple mask and outfit, I guess. To me,
Hmm.
like there's not much to it, but it has such a creepy element. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's creepy because in all the movies, like the clown really doesn't move or run around a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
it'll like show the clown and then all of a sudden it'll like pan away and show the clown and like it moved a little or whatever. And some of them you see, uh, I think this one he runs after the one guy and gets him, but like other than that, it's not a clown or clowns, I guess, if you want to talk about the franchise, where they're just like attacking people nonstop and you see it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think along with the creepy carnival thing was when the guy dropped his phone down into the basement, and then he's like, "Oh, that's not real. That's not real. That's not real." Like he's going to
Yeah.
casually walk by the. Like
Yeah. That was
I
kind of
think
dumb.
if I have a regular landline in that house, I think I'm just going to close the basement door and call 911. Hey, there's a clown in my basement, and no, I'm not high. I didn't have anything to drink. Uh, should I meet you guys at the station, or do you guys want to come here? Because I'm not going in that basement no more, kind of thing. And he's like, oh no, that's not real. I mean, sure, he has a hammer, but I would have kept that thing in front of me if I'm going to have the hammer. I wouldn't turn my back on it or walk past it for anything at that point. And he didn't even pick up his phone. Like he like walked past it
Mm-hmm.
and just kept going. Like, dude, pick up your phone or something at least. I don't
I
know.
don't think I would have gone downstairs.
Yeah, I don't think I would have either. I would have kissed that phone goodbye and got my car keys and left. I don't know. Maybe I'm a scaredy cat. There's a clown that's in my basement that wasn't there earlier, and yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ask questions. I don't even want to take time to ask questions. I just want to get out of there because it's you know looking forward to tomorrow as opposed to being never found again or disappearing or appearing on a milk carton kind of thing.
Maybe his phone wasn't backed up on the cloud yet, so he would have lost all of his pictures. So he had to go down and
Mm-hmm.
get it.
But then
Sure,
he
those
didn't get
pictures.
it. Then he didn't get it. He didn't even pick it up.
Yeah, so much for recording him doing what did he say he was doing? He was going to record him just doing like a
Mm-hmm.
walkthrough.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, yeah. For future, everyone live stream these incidents on like
Mm-hmm.
Facebook or Instagram or something, just in case. You know,
Mm-hmm.
might make for a viral short film kind of deal.
Yeah. No.
I liked when the girl was at the drive-in and she was watching the movie, and all of a sudden
Uh-huh.
then the clown walks out of the cornfield on screen, and
Mm-hmm.
then the clown's in the back of her car. Like, just
Mm-hmm.
I think I appreciate the way they shot that when she like exited the vehicle
Mhm.
and you see like him sitting in the back seat but not looking at her, and it's still like dark, so some of his face is covered, or
Mhm.
its face, whatever you want to call it, the
Yeah.
clown.
Mhm.
I don't know if the clowns actually have names in this movie.
No, let me see. Let me see. Mhm.
Yeah, they just list them as Hell House clowns and Carnival clowns or something.
Yeah.
Which to me, that makes it a little bit more creepier, because once you attach a name to them, then you kind of
Mhm.
get attached or make them, I don't know, then maybe they're more human like if they have a name,
Mm-hmm.
compared to if you just leave them non-named, and then they're kind of like
Mhm.
a ghost or an entity or a spirit or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, them not having names is probably for the best kind of thing. It just adds that extra layer of mystery or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, like how scary would it be if that's like Steve the Clown or something? Like, that's not doing anything for me.
Honestly, they don't even list the clowns.
That's even cooler. Like, whoever
Yeah, they
played the
don't
clowns.
list them. Mm-mm. Oh no, they do. Hell House, LLC Clown, and Carnival Clowns. That's all it says.
Yeah.
And it's just one guy, by the way.
Well, not for all of them, because
No, but this one it was just one.
Yeah. Although there were two different types of clowns, though.
So he was a producer in the first one.
I feel like it's the director, Steven, he kept kind of some of the same people to help him,
Yeah,
like, with all of the movies.
yeah.
A group of buddies or
Which
whatever.
which is not a bad idea. I mean, keeps costs down, and you already know them. You already know what they're gonna bring, or maybe a little bit extra as they get more comfortable with the characters and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just on a bigger scale, it's almost like Adam Sandler. Like, Adam Sandler usually casts all of his
Mm-hmm.
same buddies in all of his movies,
Mm-hmm.
or they have some kind of role in his movies. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean the last one he did, Happy Gilmore too. Um, the one that's the guy that's the Republican, um, and everything that a lot of people are blacklisting from movies and stuff. Adam Sandler was like, he's been with me for a long time and everything. I'm not gonna shut him out now. That's
Yeah.
my friend. We don't agree on politics, but that's my friend. So he's been doing other things on his own because he has been getting acting gigs and stuff. But they originally did not want to bring his character back for Happy Gilmore 2, and Adam Sandler was like, "Nope, either we're not making it, or you're putting him in." So, I mean, that's a friend.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, so I feel like that's just what he's working with, who he's comfortable with. I believe the director lives in the East Coast somewhere. I don't know if he lives in Pennsylvania or wherever,
well,
but
he's listing like Los Angeles or whatever. But I've seen other people list like their contact information from like different areas and stuff like that from where they live as well.
Yeah. His
So,
representation or his agent or
yeah.
maybe his film company or whatever might be,
Mhm.
has a PO box or actually has an office in Hollywood or something, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have to live in Hollywood to you know do that
No.
stuff. So
So he's listing out of Culver City in California for his representatives. Um, I know that the production, the sales rep for the movies and stuff like that is out of, I believe, New Zealand. So yeah.
Well, he went to Temple, so
Hmm.
he's. I'm saying he's from the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I know he
The
does show up to
Hmm.
that stuff at the Hell House.
Hmm.
oh, for like the special events and stuff like that.
So he
Yeah.
was born in Scranton, and he attended Temple, but he doesn't say where he currently lives. He just uh yeah, he doesn't list where he currently lives.
Well, it's
I
like Shyamalan. Shyamalan's in PA, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
he's not that far from us actually. Night Shyamalan. He's got a huge farm over in the Delco area, over in Delaware County.
so if people do like Hell House and want to talk about Hell House freely, there
Mhm.
is a Facebook page called Hell House LLC Fanatics, and some members from the Hell House movies are on there, and they will post or comment on stuff. There is a couple called JM Explorations where they post a lot about Hell House, and they'll travel to the filming locations and post pictures and are super fans, I guess, and
Mhm.
help put together some of these things they have for Hell House. So it's a fun page to join. You get to read a lot of people's opinions and theories on the ending of this one. Um, yeah, I recommend if you enjoy the movies to join this page.
Mhm. The clowns were in all of them, right?
They were in all of them, yes.
Yeah, they don't always list them on the casting. Like the first one, they didn't list them. The second one, it was just Hell House Clown. No, actually, the Hell House Origins was just Hell House Clown. I don't think they
Mhm.
list them on all of them, just on some of them. So that's interesting too.
Well, we understand with IMDb and stuff when you look stuff up how it's not always very accurate with some stuff where they don't list some people, they list people that aren't in the movie. Like,
Or get the names
Well,
wrong.
yeah,
oh yeah, they
so
got
take
everybody. My name's wrong in one of the movies, just like you know. I'm very upset with
take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
that.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I had to put our stuff in anyway. That was another thing. So
So
yeah.
with this movie, I know one of your big things, Fee, is like the budget and complaining about I don't know where the money went. I don't know where the money
Oh
went.
no, I know where
Like,
the money went with this one. I
so
can
do
tell where the money went.
so
It
do you
went to
feel
food and locations.
so do you feel this one was they spent it properly and not wasteful?
Oh yeah. $175,000. They definitely chose very wisely. I can see where instead of spending a huge amount on gore that was going to be, not really useful, um they chose to do most of the kills off. They did do some makeup on some of the characters that had passed away,
Mhm.
like of course, the
Carmichael family.
Carmichael. Yeah, Carmichael, they definitely made her look like she was, in an accident or and everything. They did, a really great job for that scene and everything, but I can tell you that anything I know as Ron Black says, the blood is you can make it yourself and it's cheaper. And that is all well and good, but you still are paying money for those ingredients. And it's still a good amount from your budget if you use all of that blood and all of that makeup and everything. So they definitely made the choices consciously to use the money well. I can see how it was $175,000 in paying people, knowing how much people cost, especially even actors that are in low budget movies, actors that don't have well of enough a name, they haven't gotten their big break, famous role. They still cost money. The average price I believe is what, $100 to $300 a day. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a lot for somebody to do, an acting role, but that's the going kind of rate for somebody that's, is not well known, that is doing low budget films.
Yeah.
So thinking about that with all the actors that we saw in this, that's still going to add up very quickly. And then you have to pay your first assistant director, and then you got to pay your camera person. And I know how much the camera person was for some of the movies that I worked on, and it's a huge amount of money when you think about it. Even when they give you a price of like, well, I'll do it for $10,000 for 7 days or whatever, or 10 days, that's still 1,000 to like what, 1,200 a day.
Yeah.
For that person. I mean, I can
And
see where
equipment costs,
yeah,
lodging, because
food,
not only do
lodging.
you have to pay for the location that you're filming, but
Mhm.
unless everybody lives local, which that almost never
Mhm.
happens unless you're doing like a
Mhm.
very small local budget type
Yep.
of independent film, you got to pay for Airbnb or
Mhm.
hotels and
Yep.
things along those
Yep.
lines. So
And
I
if you bring them back, if you bring them out, say somebody from we had a couple from South Carolina or North Carolina or whatever come out to one of the movies. You have to provide them lodging as well as pay them. You don't have to buy their food, but unless they're on set or whatever, but you still have to pay for their lodging and their travel expenses. One of the stunt coordinators that we had on one of the films, he lives out in Texas, and they had to pay for him to come out, find him lodging, and then send him back on a plane. So, yeah, all of it, you're not just being paid. If you're far enough away and they say, yes, we're hiring you, they're paying for your lodging and your
and stuff.
travel and stuff like that. Even if you're doing the cheap way and you're driving up there to lower the cost or whatever, they're still paying for your gas money. So I know where this money went, and I am perfectly fine with that. That $175,000, I think, was well spent. He did a
Yeah,
really awesome job.
I think their results punch higher than what they actually spent, kind
Yeah,
of thing. So
yeah.
And I
They
mean, the guy shooting the movie, like obviously the director's directing, but the guy you get to actually film it with his cameras,
Mhm.
that can make or break a movie. Like there's,
yes,
for me, sometimes when you watch a movie, you can, like this movie, when you watch it for being a lower budget film, it looks professionally done. It's well put together. Where there's other movies you watch where you're like, oh my God, like, was this filmed with like a Razor cell phone? Like, just the
Well,
picture isn't that good.
so
right.
and that's something that me and Fuzzy talked about when I told him what I would like as far as the film, the finishing tone of the film. Like for example, I showed him Day of the Dead, the remake. I happen to like the film. I don't care what anybody says. Um, but they have a green tint throughout the whole entire movie. And I'm like, that I feel adds to it. And Fuzzy's like, oh, well, that must have been done in post-production because you can do this and you can do that, and this is, what they call it and everything. And I'm like, oh, so he already knows that information. And I'm like, okay, well, this is why Fuzzy's going to be on the camera and also helping me with editing, because he already knows this information. He already knows what to do. But you have some people doing these movies that didn't research the editing process compared to the shooting process and how you merge the two. And how you pronounce his last name? Canetti? Stephen Canetti, the director of
Oh, the guy
this
from
one.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, the director of this one, he hired Josh Layton. You know what I'm saying? He hired somebody that had that skill, and that makes all the difference in somebody knowing the craft. And I don't know if anybody knows this about Fuzzy, but he used to actually do commercials for one of his for one of the companies he worked at.
Yeah.
So he did the editing and everything like that. So it's not like Fuzzy's just, doing this on the internet and that's it. No, he has experience with it. So, and like I said, that's what makes all the difference. And that's why I say that $175,000 was very well spent. And they did punch above that amount pretty hard. And imagine that was just this last one. You can imagine that the first one wasn't anywhere near that budget. And look what they produced.
The first one, yeah, I definitely recommend people watching. It's not a professionally filmed one, as in like I said before, like Blair Witch vibes, where it's like a camera they're going through point of view. Now, in this fifth one, though, did you guys understand what the red ball meant? Like, what every time they saw the red baseball?
Well, yeah, I mean, it meant
Well,
somebody was gonna die.
yeah, but I don't think they gave us as much of a backstory of what the ball meant itself. It was just that it basically meant you're a goner.
Yeah.
But why were you a goner? That I'm not sure. Like it.
Well,
So
It's just that it was made mention that the first three that died or something
I
had one
kind
near
of got, yeah, but I kind of got the feeling that the reason it was a red ball was because it was a take on the whole carnival thing. That's what I got.
it.
I mean, it's like obviously death follows that ball, or
Yeah.
there's a presence. In the one before that, I think that's when the ball first showed up, and they
Okay.
kind of explained it a little. It's been a little since I watched that one, so I can't comment on it, but I know it showed up in there in the hallway. The one scene I remember that sticks out to me where I was like, "Oh shit!" Like something's going down.
Yeah, but the ball looks similar to the white balls that they would throw at the targets when you're at a carnival. It's just red. That's the only difference.
It's blood red.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that could be the death part of it, kind of thing. Because weren't
Or
some of
just,
the appearances from the carnival?
or it could just been a coincidence that
Yeah,
they painted a baseball red.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so that way
I
you know
don't. I
it's
don't think.
carnival property or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it distracts from the movie or anything like that, or the storyline or anything. I don't think it's really distracts from it. I mean, yeah, maybe there could have been a little bit more explanation on why, but
I think some of that mystery adds to the suspense because it's like one of the first guys sees it on his table while he's on the phone leaving a voicemail,
yeah.
and you see how it freaks him out. And either he knew what it meant or had a pretty good idea what it meant. And I think from a conversation of one of the ladies that was talking with him before.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he knew that that was something that was always on scene for the dead bodies kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I went it out his front door and then it makes an appearance again. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting rid of it that fast. So obviously it's time to look around. And
Yeah.
then we kind of, well, without spoiling it too much, we kind of talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
But he decided to, search his house to see if anything was out of the ordinary, and didn't believe his eyes what he was seeing at the bottom of the basement stairs and stuff. So
Yeah. Now I'll say this: the first one, how it was filmed, I thought it was actually pretty good. The second one is where I felt it was the production values were a little bit off.
Now, are you
Um,
talking about the second one or this fifth one?
no, the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the production values on that one was a little off. But the first one I thought was on par with what they were doing, especially some of the more creepier scenes. Like, remember when he was in the bed and everything trying to sleep? I thought that was an awesome scene. I thought it was shot very, very well. You could see everybody, you could see what was going on. The lighting that they used was awesome. But the second one felt more a little like it was a documentary, and it had that kind of documentary feel to it in certain parts where the lighting was off, or the lighting was too bright or was too low. Um, there were too many tight shots when they should have pulled back a little bit. I think the second one was just a little off compared to the first, and even this one. This one was shot very well. You had some really good lighting in it. The tones to it, what do you call that, Fuzzy? I know you told me beforehand.
wait, what's that?
When you in post editing, what do you call that?
Oh, the LUTs.
Yeah, the LUTs. I think they did a really awesome job with the LUTs compared to the first one, and especially the second one.
This last one, they gave it more of that professional movie grain type look.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
first one was that found footage, kind
Mm-hmm.
of like the presser was saying, more like the Blair Witch, but maybe a step down. But then again, I think there was more of a budget behind Blair Witch at its time compared to this one, or
Not
compared to the
really.
original.
Not
No,
really. They
how much did they
paid.
spend on Blair Witch? Wasn't Blair Witch like
So
$100,000 back then, kind of thing?
Blair Witch. Let me see. The Blair Witch Project, that was in the early, well, right before the 2000s. That was a $60,000 budget.
Yeah. Their first one, this Hill House Origins, wasn't anywhere near that, was it?
That one, I don't think it lists. Let me see.
If I had to guess, I would say, and I might be taking
Yeah,
a
they don't.
wild stab at it, I would say that one was probably at the 10 to 15 range at most, give or take.
Yeah, they don't really list it. Let me see if I can find it. Hell House. Movie budget. Let me see. It just says low budget. That's all it says. Let me see.
No, but the whole post processing stuff, you can give films depending on how you shoot it, and I guess what you're referring to for the more of a documentary feel,
Mm-hmm.
they probably went with like a basic post process look where it just basically matched. Like if they were using different cameras, they probably had it where everything was to match that overall like basic setting, and they didn't really either know or want to have like a really grainy or more, I guess, moody film aura to it kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't find the budget.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was probably closer to 10 to 15, which for what they did on that first one, even if it was close to the 60, they still did really well for what the film was going for. But I think they kept that budget like extremely tight kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And with Blair Witch being at 60, even that, I mean, yeah, found footage film or films don't have to look, pristine or anything. Actually, it's best that they don't look pristine. But yeah, the $60,000 budget when that was in like the 90s would be like the 100,000 or 170,000 range for today. Just spitballing, not looking at inflation calculators, but it feels like that's about where they're kind of on par. And this at 100 and some odd thousand for its budget, looking like it was $1 million film, or let's say like just below $1 million film. I think they accomplished a lot for what they spent.
So, inflation calculator.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Inflation. So, $1 then would be $1.94 today.
Mm-hmm. So basically, almost double, or put times whatever by 1.94, and that should give you.
Well, let me see when this was made though. 2009. No, video release. 2000. Let's see. 2015. So let's see. Money in 1999 compared to 2015. Inflation. Yeah, it just says, let me see. It says 2005. I don't want it 2005. I want it 2015.
I mean, if it's
$1.42. $1.42.
So almost like 1.5 times. So that should be like 90.
Yeah.
So if they spent 60 in 2000 to 2015, that should be about 90 roughly.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is the problem with Blair Witch, to be honest with you. Is yes, they had a $60,000 budget, but when the actors and actresses, remember there wasn't that many. There was 3 main characters, and then of course there was, whoever was making the noise in the background for, and the camera crew, and it was a small camera crew on top of that. For $60,000 and how much the actors were actually paid, they did not use their money wisely at all for the Blair Witch. So let me look that up again. Blair Witch.
Now is that 60 including marketing? Because the marketing was probably the biggest thing that set that apart.
So the marketing on that was that website. They didn't do any other marketing beyond that. They created a website, and from that point on, they didn't have anything else. There was outside of this is in the movies kind of situation.
I remember seeing commercials for it.
So they were actually it wasn't $1,000 a day. That's not what this woman said. So they're saying $1,000 a day. They weren't paid. Well, how many days were they on set? It was an 8-day shoot. So they, according to this, they supposedly got $8,000 a piece. Now that is not what Heather Donahue had said. So
did
that was how much
from it later or something.
Yeah, time. Well, she went on. She went on a talk show, and she had said how much that they had made. So $8,000 times 3, $24,000 out of a $60,000 budget. So $36,000.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that went.
Probably went to the equipment and all the extra
Probably.
people and food for 8 days. I mean, even
Nah.
though things weren't that expensive then, equipment was like even consumer level or prosumer stuff was still like, remember, like looking in the 2000s, a TV that goes for $200 now was like
Mhm.
$2,000 minimum back then, because
Yeah.
certain electronics were far more expensive in comparison then than they are today. Like camcorders were always in that $2,000 range around that point, but
Mhm.
you can get something that's better built into your phone. But buying an actual camcorder now, you can get decent ones for under $1,000. In
Yeah, but
comparison
I'm still not feeling it, because if you're looking at what would be equivalent to um $90,000, I still don't see it.
Mhm. It set a trend. It definitely did some things that weren't expected or even thought possible for its time. So
Yeah.
even if somebody ran away with like the other 36,000 in their pocket, they still did pretty good for themselves overall as far as how that thing turned out.
Oh no, here it was. So they were actually paid $500 a week. Which is weird because I don't know, the way they're wording this is really, really weird. I think they were actually only paid $1,000, to be honest with you. I could have swore that's what she said.
Well, it launched their careers, or at least hers, because I know
No,
she was in other stuff.
actually she didn't. It really didn't, because she was in she was in a Twilight Zone show, I believe, and that was it.
Mm.
So yeah. That was I can look her up. Because I don't think it did anything for the other individuals either.
I don't think the other individuals really pursued anything, but Heather was in, I thought, a handful of things after.
And they
Yeah, so
she's been in 37 things since 1999, by the way. I've been in 28 in about a year and a half, guys.
Yeah, but only a couple of them are in front of the camera, though.
Well, yeah, because I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
Okay, she was in the Blair Witch documentary.
Mm-hmm.
But she was in archives footage. Let's see. She was in. Let's see.
A
She was
couple of
in a
TV
short.
series.
She was in a TV series, TV miniseries. The Blair Witch. Archive footage. She was in I guess the remake or whatever. There was a remake. Okay. Moments that changed the movies, TV series. She was in the video, TV miniseries. She was herself. She was in Manticore. She was in TV series, video, miniseries, TV movie.
So basically, she did more after the Blair Witch than she did prior.
Now let's see. Let's see when she was in the Blair Witch.
It was 99. There was only 2 projects before, and then the
Yeah,
other
she started
16
acting when she was in 1995, but she's done TV and videos.
Mm-hmm.
She never got her big break.
Blair Witch was
And
the
a lot of
closest
them,
thing.
I know, but a lot of them are herself. So she's done more interviews about the Blair Witch than she's actually
I'm looking
acted
on
in things.
IMDb. She's listed as
I am
different
on
characters.
IMDb. I'm
She's
on
listed as a
IG.
different character for boys and girls. Same thing for
Let's see,
Home
let's
Field
see, let's see.
Advantage, The Outer
Let's see.
Limits, Seventh in a Match, The
Yeah, she was
Velvet
on the Outer
Tigress,
Limits. That was the
but that
Twilight
was a
thing.
voiceover.
So wait a minute,
Wendy
wait a
for The
minute.
Walking Hack of Ashbury, New
Take
Suit.
take all of her Heather Donahue's out. Okay, I'm just gonna do her self stuff. We're not gonna do any of the Heather Donahue stuff. Okay, the archive footage stuff. Okay, so you count the ones that she actually had names in a TV series.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna count the ones that have her as herself. 3.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 where there's a separate name listing that is not her name.
6.
So those would be her character names.
8.
The
9.
Big Time, the TV movie or whatever, is the only one that doesn't list the name. So I'm assuming I guess she was herself in that one. So they probably reference her career, but
15.
she's only listed on as herself for the Blair Witch Project.
16, 17. No, she's on 17 different things.
I'm just looking at where she was an actress. I'm not looking at all credits because I don't care when she was a writer. I don't care when she was a producer or anything like that.
Okay, so let's look at how many it says. How many did you say it was that she was acting?
12. There's 12 since.
12.
And there was only 2 prior.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says she was an actress 16 times, which we know 4 of them were her archive footage from the Blair Witch. So she had 12, right? She has listed 11 as herself. 11 things out of that 37 was herself. Archive footage was 10.
And your point, my point
And
has
my
always
point
been
is
she
never got her
Blair
big
Witch
break.
than she did before.
And I'm saying she never got her big break is what I'm saying to you.
And that's fine. All I'm saying is Blair Witch helped her do more than she did before Blair Witch.
Didn't. No, it didn't. No,
Okay,
it did not.
So if you go from being in 2 things to now being in 12 things.
She agrees with me because she said it herself in many interviews. She hated doing the Blair Witch Project. It did not help.
And that's fine. She may have hated it, but it opened up a door for her to do 12 other things as opposed to the 2 other things she did beforehand.
But she doesn't agree with you in the many interviews she has done before.
That's fine. The numbers don't lie. She's been in 12 things versus 2 things.
Yeah, and mom and dad are fighting again.
That's I don't know why.
Because you can't agree with me on things. That's why.
Yeah, because
his point is very valid.
No, don't take his side.
I mean,
I think the numbers are taking my side. So
no, the numbers are not taking your side.
He's not saying she got.
Things.
Yeah, he's not saying like her career blew up by any means. He's just saying since then she's gotten more than before then. Like
no, she hasn't, and she agrees. I am only taking her words from the several articles and talk shows that I saw her in. She felt
apparently
that
she has some unlisted credits that magically she did before Blair Witch that aren't on her IMDb.
What I'm saying from what she has said in her interviews, what she has said in the articles, is that she felt if she had done something else besides the Blair Witch, she might have had a better career than what she did.
Or no career.
Blair Witch helped her.
Because who would have given her that opportunity prior to Blair Witch that didn't give her one after Blair Witch?
And I honestly don't know. But if you look at
some people will say, what was that actor's name from Some Kind of Wonderful that was supposed to be what Michael J. Fox's character was for Back to the Future?
Stoltz. We still know Eric Stoltz's name.
Yeah, that's fine. He was an actor before Back to the Future was even a thing, but because he was an actor before, he had that opportunity. It didn't work out. if she's saying that her career would have somehow blossomed better had she not done Blair Witch Project,
She
her
doesn't
time to
know that.
figure that out
She
would have
doesn't
been.
know that. She
But
doesn't
you're
know
saying
that.
that's what she's saying. Like
No,
if
you're
she's
not.
saying, you're saying that she said she would have better opportunities had she
She
not
could
done
have.
that movie.
She could have. She
Oh,
honestly could have. Let's look at Eddie Murphy. Let's look at Eddie Murphy. He
oh,
made Pluto
this
Nash.
feels like that time travel thing. What was it? Not Leviathan. What the heck is that thing I've been watching? Not Lavish. I forget what it's called, but it's like a time travel show.
Yeah.
We're like arguing over what could have been as opposed to what actually happened.
Yeah, but you have to understand that certain actors and actresses think about this all the time. Look at Sean Connery. Let's just look at Sean Connery. Sean Connery decided to make the League of whatever gentlemen or whatever.
Right.
And he could have been actually in The Matrix. He could have been in Fishburne's character. He
So
chose
could
not
I.
to do it.
I could have been in those too.
I'm just saying.
So am I.
He regrets not picking The Matrix.
And that's fine, but
Will Smith
would the
be in
movie
there
have
too.
been better? Would the movie has been as much of a cult
I don't
classic?
know if it would have been better. I don't think so. But that's not the point
I
we're
try
trying
and
to make
imagine
right
some
now.
of those things. It's like the same thing when you do AI videos with Arnold Schwarzenegger doing his other characters, but in different movies, kind of thing. It's like I think the best Matrix happened, and
But that's
what
not
could
my
have been with other
point.
characters,
But that's
I don't
not
think
my
would have
point.
landed as well.
But that's not my point. My point is from Sean Connery's viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
He felt that his name and whatever they did in that movie, he would have gotten more accolades, and he felt that he would have gotten more calls after doing that movie compared to the one that he chose.
Bombed. Yeah, because the one he chose bombed.
And that's all that really matters to them. It doesn't matter if he was the best fit for it. We've seen many of films. It's like, really? Like they could have gotten this actor over here, and this actor would have done a better job.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't pick that actor.
And that's fine.
For
but
reasons.
It's the woulda, coulda, shoulda argument, and I get it. Actors and actresses have that always in the back of their mind, but in reality, we'll never know. I mean, could he have gotten more accolades, or could the movie have bombed? Because
I'm going to tell you right now, because I saw the Outer Limits, which was kind of a take on the Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her Outer Limit, the film the short or whatever this
the
TV
episode
episode
she
that
was
she was in or whatever. She was actually good in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think other people gave her a chance because they revert back to the Blair Witch and not that particular Outer Limits. I don't think she got as many opportunities as she could have because they kept on having her rehash the Blair Witch, the Blair Witch, the Blair Witch. She was constantly in the archive footage, and that's what people remember her from. I don't think she ever got a chance to show herself off in other things that had more kind of popularity to it. So I don't think the Blair Witch helped her in any way. And she agreed.
I guess I just
and that was my
if she was that great of an actress, then what you're saying from that episode of The Outer Limits,
that's not necessarily true either.
It's
not. There are several
recognized it as opposed to
no. That's not how the game is played. We all know this.
We
all know your
depends on timing. Like we're talking about the 2000s versus today.
Mm-hmm.
The way the game is played today versus the way the game was played then are two different scenarios as well.
Oh, I know that. But I think she gave up after a certain point.
And if she gave up, maybe it's for the best. Who knows?
I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying that I don't think the Blair Witch
would definitely argue that being in Blair Witch probably benefited her more than it hurt. Whether you want to consider it that she was typecast after the fact. I mean, look at Steve Orr. Like, he hates that he was in Grand Theft Auto, and people love him for his character Trevor in Grand Theft Auto. He
Yeah, but I've seen his other
despises it.
stuff too.
He's been in other stuff, but he's not getting, like, because he's not leaning into Grand Theft Auto. Like, honestly, you would probably get a lot more stuff leaning into, hey, yeah, I was Trevor. Yeah, I could play a psychotic killer kind of, on like Razor's Edge and snap any minute. I think that would have probably furthered his career than trying to distance himself. I mean, sure, he had a great scene in Better Call Saul. I think that where basically he got his butt kicked by an old man and got his guns taken away. That was huge. But then again, nobody's going to pick him as a main character because you're getting your butt kicked as a side character. Like, if he leaned into the fact that he's Trevor, he would probably get more calls, although he probably wouldn't like the calls because they would say, hey, can you play this crazy guy that's on meth and shoots everybody? And like, does he want to play that? Probably not. He doesn't want to be typecast, but he would probably get more calls. And depending on those calls, it's up to the actual talent to figure out how they can push further into other roles. Like, we've seen comedians get typecast. We've seen other, actors get, typecast in dramas, and then they actually do a comedy and they're like, oh, wow, they have range. They could do this and that and the other thing kind of thing. But it usually takes doing a lot of the stuff that they may not love to get to do what they love or to get even further opportunities. Like, you were going to use Eddie Murphy as an example, but it's like, he knew he was known for comedy and a certain type of comedy, like adult theme comedy. But to get to eventually doing like the family comedy, he had to keep on building on what he's known for. Be like, you know what? I now have enough money to say what I want to do. And that's probably the best approach. Because if you're already typecast, but you're making a killing in the box office, at some point, maybe it takes you spending, either your own money or working with certain producers and writers that are willing to take that chance, because your name alone is probably going to bring people into the seats in the theaters type of deal, even if it's not your normal, type of film. So I don't know. I think an opportunity like Blair Witch, did she capitalize on it? Probably not the best of her ability. Maybe she hated that character or being typecast to that stuff. She could have been the next Scream Queen from the early 2000s kind of thing. And she probably wanted to distance herself away from it, hence why her career kind of popped and fizzled kind of thing. So many variables, but more times than not, it's like, do what you want to do. Sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do for a bit longer until either you can afford to not do that anymore, or you've built up your name enough to kind of make certain demands kind of thing.
I know, but during that time, I don't think it was as easy as it is today.
Probably not, especially for a female. But then again, if her career was still strong at that point where she's still doing these typecast type things, who knows? Maybe she could have been, well, I won't say the next Gina Davis or something like that, but someone that would have built up enough of their name where they have a lot more leeway on what roles they take, and it not be a detriment to their furthering of their career. But
I mean, personally, with Steve Ogg and stuff like that, I would just like to meet him at a convention and just see the look on his face when I don't want to talk about Grand Theft Auto like everybody else. I just want to see the look on his face.
But other than the my name is, I was about to say my name is Earl. The Better Call Saul, because I don't even think you were watching The Walking Dead once he was a part of it.
No, I watched even before part of it.
Huh?
I saw him in it.
You must have just saw clips because you stopped watching it as a regular watcher before Negan even was
Yeah,
introduced.
but
And he did that
I've seen him in other things. Like I've seen the Law and Order episode that he was in. I've seen the
Mhm.
Person of Interest episode that he was in.
But those
What
are
else?
just episodes. I mean, if
I
you want to
know.
talk to him about episode stuff, but it's like
No, but
if
I've
he's
seen him.
this
I've
traditional, professional actor, it's like, okay, dude, we get that.
yeah, but
But
I've seen
you
him.
do know that the fans help pay the bills.
I
So
understand
you
that, but I've
might want to show up.
Fuzzy. I have seen him in other things. I know what you're talking about. But you
Mhm.
can't, but the fans can't typecast him either if he doesn't want to be typecast, because then you get him to not
But he
come
won't
out
even let the fans
anymore.
typecast him because it's like he refuses every time they show his name. Oh yeah, him and the other two are going to be for Grand Theft Auto, and he never shows. Like I don't think he's ever shown, other than maybe the very first one shortly after the game was released, and even then, I think it wasn't like a regular convention. It was like a game release uh, type of thing. So
I know that, but what I'm saying is that when we're talking about somebody like him and he doesn't want to talk about that stuff, he's gonna
they
stop
don't
going
talk
to the
about that stuff.
conventions. He's just
But
gonna
he won't
start.
even give people a chance to talk to him about Better Call Saul
Well,
because it's like
because people, when he was in that, when he was in Sprung, which is a really awesome show, you guys have to. I it did not end on a cliffhanger. It was a really really great show. It's on Amazon. Is Amazon. Um, it has a really good cast and everything. It's called Sprung. It's a kind of like a limited series or whatever. He was in that too. Um, But when he's in this stuff, he knows where he gets his money from. He gets his money from Grand Theft Auto. That's great and everything. But the first few shows after he did The Walking Dead, and after he did Sprung, and after he did all of these other, TV series and stuff like that, people still wanted to talk to him about Grand Theft Auto.
because that's
I'm
kind of where he
sorry.
got his big break.
And that's great.
And
That's
let's put
great.
this in perspective. We're talking
Mhm.
about, instead of movie tickets, we're talking about a game that sells for, well, at the time at least $60. Now I think you can get it for as low as $30
You
or
know you're
whatever. But
preaching to
that's
the
after
choir right now, right?
it. Yeah, but it, like when you sell 250 million copies of something that is $60 and it outperforms pretty much any other form of media out there, kind of thing.
I
And
get
that's where
that.
people know that or know
But
you
you
from
also
that.
get this is not a gaming podcast, right?
Do what now? Hey, horror. There are horror video games, so
Yeah. I'm just saying, fans, any fans that are hearing this right now or hear this in the future, if this man ever shows up to Steve Ogg, ever shows up to a convention, please pass the word on. If you're gonna talk to him about Grand Theft Auto, talk about something else first that he did that he is proud of, that he was actually on screen for instead of an animated version of him. Do that and you will probably get a lot more out of this man. And I would like him to start showing up to conventions again so that I can see him and meet him, because I really do like what he does and I would like to at least take a pic with him at some point. Because I took a pic with two other Grand Theft Auto main characters, and
they were cool.
it was for Fuzzy, okay?
Yeah. The one that played Michael and the one that played Franklin, they were cool. They well, I think the one that played Michael, he's even been on like Law and Order several times and some other police shows as a cop, which is kind of ironic considering. But yeah, they were more laid back and cool about talking about whatever other stuff that they've worked on and things like that.
Are you calling me and Fuzzy Billy and Mandy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Do what now?
No, he said, did anybody see any? Did anyone see Billy and Mandy back in the days with the Grim Reaper?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am speaking facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways,
It's
what
after his mealtime.
what would you rank this movie,
I
Fee?
guess I'll go first because I know Fee doesn't like going first for whatever
No, no,
reason.
no. Especially after a particular movie
Oh, stop.
that I will not name anymore.
Just stop. Stop. All right. So, just a bit of backstory. I gave the original story for Hell House. I think I gave it a 9 because I really enjoyed the concept of it and some of the clown shenanigans, the way they had, I wouldn't say jump scares, but just the creepiness of the clowns in that first one for the haunted house and stuff. This one I rate a little bit lower, and the main thing has to do with like the ending, not quite understanding the tie-in with the necklace that she's wearing and some other family member, but without spoiling it, kind of thing. That was like the only, I guess, cliffhanger, and being that this is the last of it, I definitely need to go back and watch 2 through 4 to see if that tie in or is explained better in those other ones. But I do give this a solid 6.5, just for the fact that it's rewatchable. Didn't fall asleep, held my attention. Love the creepiness of the clowns. I mean, I might even bump it up to a 7 just for the fact that the way that they handled the ghosts at the, I guess it was the, what was that family name? The Carmichael
Carmichael.
Mansion or whatever. Like, I like how they handled a lot of that. So definitely worthwhile. Not big on jump scares, but it has enough creepiness in some of the ghosts and clowns and things throughout it that for horror fans out there, I'm pretty sure you'll get a kick out of it. So solid 6.5. I was happy with it, and
Hey,
do recommend.
rewatchables get a 7 at least.
Well, all right. Well, then I'll bump it up to a 7. I'm fine with it being a 7 then. So, Presto, do you want to go next, or Fee, do you want to go next?
I'll go.
Presto.
So, I didn't know 7 was like the rewatchable
I told you guys
meter. I would say for me, like 6 is a rewatchable meter. So being I've seen all of them, this isn't my favorite in the franchise. 1 through 5, 1 being the best. This is probably number 4. Some of the, like Fuzz was saying, some of the stuff I agree with. Some of them, if you watch the other ones, you'll definitely understand some of the things more. The clowns do it for me. Oh, Poison thought I was gonna do a 7.5. Wow. I actually am gonna do a 6.5.
that.
But I am gonna say I watched it twice, so it is a movie I could watch again. I'm not opposed to going through and watching all 5 in a row to really understand it, because I haven't done that since the 5th one came out. It's just like watch from the first to the end, just in a row. I don't know. They're probably both all around an hour and a half. So if you really have nothing to do on a weekend, you can definitely binge watch them all. But yeah, I'm at a solid 6.5, 6.6. I'm not giving it a 6.7. So we'll go 6.6. I enjoyed it. I recommend it. I recommend the franchise. For being a lower budget, small franchise, it could hold its own. And yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I will go for a 7. I mean, it is rewatchable. So I'm not gonna wouldn't say it's not. It is rewatchable. I think the production values were really good. They played around with a lot of stuff, and it doesn't play like an extremely low budget film, or a documentary style found footage kind of film. So, I liked it, but the only reason I can't go higher than a 7 is because I think I missed things due to not watching 2, 3 through 4, or at least 2 and 3. So yeah, I mean, I tried to watch 2, and the beginning part was a little boring. They kind of talked a little bit too much, but I'll try it again. So I think already number 2 is probably not going to be my favorite, but I'll give it a go. But yeah, I would recommend, if you can find it. So Steve Ogg did a short called OCD. On it's on YouTube. So like I said, it's just OCD. O period C period D period. But if you actually put in just OCD or whatever, it should come up on on Google or whatever. Actually, you might have to put in Steve Ogg. Let me see if I put in Steve Ogg. Stephen Ogg. Yeah, as soon as you put that in, it'll come up and everything. It's really good. I really liked it. So if anybody wants to take a look at that, it's a fun watch. Okay. Everybody's quiet on that one. I don't hear you, puppy, anymore.
No, the wife's home now, so it's good. She's out of the cage.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, so what are y'all going to be doing for the next week? Because we will have another one. I'm thinking, let's see, wait, real quick. So we have the 19th, right? And we have the 26th.
Day after Christmas.
I mean, should we do Die Hard on the 26th? Can we do Die Hard on the 26th?
We'll get with Silent, then we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't do that. I think we should do a holiday movie. Yeah, because it's so hard to find a holiday movie that is a horror movie.
What? There's like a million
out there, but
there's like a million horror Santa movies.
Okay. How about one? How about it's hard to find a holiday horror movie that is accessible, that you don't have to pay for, and that is actually worth watching. How about that?
Wrong.
Or that everybody hasn't already seen already.
Yeah, because I think we've done 2 so far. We did Black Friday one year, and
which we all know wasn't worth it. And
it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, but
it just wasn't a good, film for what's his name.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at Bruce Campbell for making that thing.
Krampus is a great one.
Yeah, but everybody's seen that one.
Okay.
At least we can explain finally why Die Hard is a holiday movie.
I thought Fuzzy did that earlier.
No, not. He only said some of it. We're gonna wait until we can express the full reason why it's a holiday movie. Yes, and that's a family movie too.
Can't wait.
All right, so what's everybody doing before next week? For next Friday. Who wants to go first? Atros.
I'll go first. I'll be playing some Diablo.
Fuzzy will be doing anything that I want to do.
Do what now? I'll be playing some Diablo, probably watching some movies and binge watching some shows. Mainly sci-fi, more so than horror, probably, just because I got like this sci-fi bug right now for time travel shows and space shows. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. What about you, Presto?
I'm gonna attempt to do some Christmas shopping. I think every year I always say I'm gonna do it earlier and earlier, and I do it later and later, and it's bad. So I would like to do some Christmas shopping, even if it's online, just to be done and not have to worry about it.
Mhm.
Like you said, we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow, so maybe just hang out with the pup and watch some movies. I think it's going to be a quieter week, which is good. Uh, as I get older, I enjoy the quieter weeks when you don't have a lot going on. I know when you're a kid, you'd be so bored and be like, but I enjoy when I don't have anything going on. It's fun when you have a day where you don't have to do, like, you have no plans. Those are like the best days ever. You like wake up and just do whatever you want. And then sometimes you feel bad about it, but then for the most part, you're just like, I earned that. I deserve that.
Yeah, it's gonna be me from the from the 20th to January 2nd. No, actually January 4th.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be bugging Fuzzy that whole entire time.
That's fine. Other than that, anything else you're gonna be doing on that during the next week?
See?
What?
Anything
Who,
else
me?
Anything
you're going
else
to
you're
be
gonna be
doing?
doing for the next
Are
week?
you? I don't know. I gotta think.
Oh my god!
I got one more week of school. One more week of school. I gotta motivate myself.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta motivate myself. Now we're gonna be doing a lot of laps in class, and that's gonna make it go a little bit better, hopefully. So the cool thing is that you can give kids salt and water and tell them that they have to stir all the salt, basically what we call oversaturate, and they'll do it for the whole entire class period. And I'm sitting there getting my other work done. So that's the cool thing about science labs.
Good to know if I ever become a teacher.
Like the simplest things you can give them and they'll do it the whole entire class period. So yeah. That's a great thing about being a science teacher. But then after that on the 19th, I get 16 days off. That's also a good thing about being a teacher. While I don't technically get it the whole time off, I got to do other things while I'm at home, but at least I can do it at home and bug Fuzzy.
Yeah.
He seems so thrilled.
He's getting a part-time job during those 16 days.
Where are you going? I'm going to work. How about you retire? Yeah, I'm going to work. Yep. Yeah.
I got a job just for the next 16 days. All right. Well, we're gonna say goodnight. Especially since it's after 8:20, and mom and dad were fighting. All right. So bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Have a great weekend. See y'all next week.